Everyone. So today we are going to discuss what kind of error we can encounter while running a Python program. Maybe it's useful, when you're writing some exam about Python, etc. But in practical purpose, you need to understand the type of error. It depends, the way you can diagnose the problem and you can rectify it. So let's open our this part of the book in the collab, and then we'll see. So there are largely, there are broadly this three kind of error. We say syntax error, runtime error, and semantic error. Now let's try to understand what is a syntax error. So we'll create code section in our thing. So let's say we put anything 1 plus 2 and then we get the output. So our code is running, there is no issue in it. Let the output come. First time it takes some time. So you can see the output. We can do many things. Let's say 2 into, we can write something in bracket, and immediately we get the output. So what is our syntax error is, now we are running in the code and we are opening the bracket but we are not closing the bracket. So it's a syntax error. So what is a syntax error? You will not be able to run the program itself. The moment you say, you start trying to run, you will get some output from the Python. There is some syntax error, and you can see what is the error. It comes with a little learning, to figure out what kind of error you are getting. See, the program people who do Python programming, they can immediately figure out there is a opening bracket and there is no closing bracket, because we have only one bracket. Sometimes it becomes little more complicated. There may be many bracket and series of bracket. It becomes hard to identify where the error is. So don't try to write it. The easy way to avoid is, don't try to write a very complex functions in one go. If you have many things, you write part by part, you try to run it, see there is no syntax error, and slowly you make it more and more complicated depending upon whatever the function require. So this is the about the syntax error. Since you cannot run the program, only difficulty is you need to spend more time in developing the program, but it will not create any damage to you. Then we have runtime error. Runtime errors are, let's say, like I am reading data from some file and I'm processing this data. My file may have thousands of lines, and let's say initial 10 lines don't have any issue. So it can, work easily. But my 11th line has some issue where the input is not in proper format. Then my program may give some error. When we have scientific libraries like NumPython, etc., they can handle, let's say, divide by zero. But a normal library may not be able to handle divide by zero, so it can throw some error. So sometime this kind of issues can come up. So these kind of error you can figure out only when your program is running, and when it's running in loop, there is a possibility you have, let's say, millions of loop, and maybe at very late and you get some issue, but it will stop running at that time. Then you'll have to figure out what is causing the problem. Since the program is happening at loop, maybe it's a good idea to start printing your loop, in which loop you are, so you can check the input file where you were. So these kind of files, so that's why you will see most of the Python programming, you typically try to write some output in which part of loop you are, and so you can easily debug your problem. Or maybe when you are running more and more loops, you are consuming more memory, your memory becomes full, and then you get error. So this kind of problem also can happen from many issues. We'll see whenever we encounter a problem, we'll try to debug. My way of assessing how much some person is experienced in Python is how easily they can debug some problem, because it's not a big deal to figure out. You can Google it, how to plot a data, how to generate some this read data, or do some simple kind of processing. But to interpret the data or to find the debug, these are the two crucial things you learn when you go into deeper into programming. Then third kind of problem is the semantic error. In semantic error, what happens? Let's say you wanted to compute the square root, but by mistake now you are computing the cubic root. So your program is running fine, there is no error, there is no syntax error, it's computing all the loop, but the output you are getting is not what you wanted to get. Maybe you wanted to make an algorithm to figure out, how to optimize, let's say, how to fit some model to a data. So your program is running fine, but you are not able to match your model output with the data. So these kind of things you can call semantic error, where everything works fine, and then you need much more learning of how a algorithm works, how a model works, how the data works, science behind that, or the physics behind that, or the underlying processing. It takes much more experience, and this is what we try to gain, when we practice Python with the practical applications, so that we can figure out, how to uh, get the objective for which we were trying to write our program. Yeah. So thank you, and then we'll go more deeper into other coming lectures. Thanks.